Hello once again, guys. Good afternoon from Dhaka, Bangladesh. It's kind of cloudy and overcast condition today. It's raining since like last 3 hours or so. Kind of cooling down, but not really winter yet. But I think we're approaching towards winter slowly, bit by bit. And I'm actually trying to stock up on some winter perfumes for this upcoming winter. I'm going to do very soon 10 or 15 fragrances I'm planning to wear, looking forward to wear the most in this upcoming winter. One of the fragrances I recently purchased, but I wanted for a very long time, tested for last 2 to 3 years odd, is this perfume, Opium, Opium Purum. This it's such a elegant and classy fragrance. I'm just gonna let you know about this one. Not much talk about that though. I mean, not much hype around that perfume, which makes it really happy that I like to talk about perfumes that do not get that much, hype, as in like latest formulation, latest fragrances, latest flankers. So it's always pleasure talking about some good stuff, some good stuff, like some of the old American, barbecue pit grill boys who say, this sounds good. It's like, it's good. Terrible English, by the way. I'm sorry. My English is not my number one language. Anyway, so I have my just to, because this fragrance has a lot of notes I do not want to forget. Not that many, but it has number of notes I don't want to forget about them. But basically what I remember is a star anise. There is a vanilla is oriental kind of a perfume, oriental spicy. It's a spicy night out cold weather perfume. So this perfume has a lot of variations, by the way. But let me tell you, I think it has notes of black currant, star anise, galanga. I don't know what that is. It's supposed to be some exotic note, and pepper. Base notes are tolu balsam, cedar, and bourbon vanilla. So those are your basic notes. So the fragrance, I think, was released one long time ago. Opium Purum was launched in 1995, and Jacques Cavallier, one of my favorite perfumers, if you know Bulgari, Aqua Purum, and a lot of other gems he made, he is one of the master perfumer when it comes to fresh perfumes. This one right here, not so fresh. This one has like women's version, which has a vintage, which has a modern version. They have EDP, they have the whole blue bottle, they have the red bottle, a lot of opiums. And not to confuse with black opium, which is women's perfume, which is a new perfume, which also has sort of like same name but different perfume. So a lot of information, but let's hit the review. So this one, my most favorite review of this on YouTube is Lanier Smith, my absolute favorite reviewer. By any chance, if you haven't seen his reviews, it's just delightful. He makes cocktails. He just sits there so relaxing. You will not find a single dislike on his videos. That's what makes him so special. Everybody loves that person. Wonderful human being. Sir, thank you so much for inspiring us, right? His review was so beautiful. So here's the packaging. This is the more modern formulation, EDT version. I think there's EDP, which comes in only 50 ml. And some of my group members are letting me know. Thank you so much. So it has such a classy look to it. It almost looks like opium is sort of like a drug, right? So you get kind of like addicted to it. That's how I think they named it, to make it very polarizing kind of a name. So opium, sort of like a nice little circle there in red, and with that kind of like this lines, and then this purple color, kind of supposedly, I guess, representing the black currant. Side like that, and back like this. They have the information YSL. It's not written up there, but it's written here, and the bottom you find your batch code. So let's check out the bottle. Many people will feel differently about this bottle. Some people feel like it's very simplistic. It reminds me sort of, kind of like a similar era is Pakoraban Excess, which is now hard to find now. This is the older formulation, older bottle. Now they have new bottles. So this perfume has a very eye-catching bluish, yeah, greenish, yellowish juice, kind of like a circle here. The back also pattern is the same, and then they have this sort of like nice lines here. And the cap, it's plastic. It has YSL up there, kind of flimsy here, not really robust. Up top, it's kind of unique in this way. This upper part is kind of plastic covered, and the atomizer is plastic also. Very nice, and this is kind of like a nice thin bottle of 100 ml. So I was listening to old days music, and I put like already sprayed it so many times, already created a dent. The cap clicks onto place, but I would say not really super secure, so always pick up the bottle. So simplistic, I really like this bottle. So the perfume, this let me spray this and talk about it. It has beautiful, beautiful sprayer. Check out the spray. In my hand there's something, never mind. Let's show you the sprayer. Amazing little sprayer. Check out how much mist it gives out. That's why I guess a lot of juice is missing. So story time. Even if you're bored, I don't care. If it's long, I have to leave out the information. This perfume I've been eyeballing and planning to buy it for last 3 years. I've been going to shops, trying it. Yes, no, and this is one of those fragrances I did it 180 degrees on. At first, sometimes I loved it. Sometimes I felt like, yeah, it's not the right fragrance to wear in the summer, and that's actually true. This perfume is right for winter. This is a winter baby right here, and colder summer nights perhaps when it rains. The perfume is so different from any other fragrance in the market right now. Check me out that I am saying all this thing with superb confidence. Uh, if I'm not sure about certain things, I say it so. But this kind of perfumes, you know very well why you got it. So when I saw them, I at first sometimes liked them, sometimes I didn't like it because the opening sometimes is a bit too polarizing. I sometimes get that medicinal feel, like old school. It almost felt uh, like not tiger balm, but some of this medication that from old days, like ginseng. It smells like ginseng at first, or it smells like oriental Chinese medications, like Chinese people would make as herbal properties they use, like more natural tea medication. That it can remind me of that. So I was like not sure, but I really knew this is like bold. So when you spray it for the first time, it's really bold and strong. It projects like nothing else will today. This is exactly opposite direction of modern perfumery. Okay, this is so 90s. Another thing is, Lanier Smith mentioned these lines actually looks like the whole thing is a bamboo. I don't know, but there's no bamboo note on this, but kind of looks like it, isn't it? So the three, I don't know, part the bottle is all right. I mean, not three part, like three section of the bottle. So the thing is, many people I noticed like said this one doesn't really perform on them, doesn't last or project. I was one of the guys who's lucky. I get beast mode from this, but here's the thing: the projection. The projection for the first hour is just beast mode. It fills up the whole room. You spray. I'll show you my what you call application on this. I'll go here, 1, 2. That's a lot, right? Then I'll go on my chest. I did that, you didn't see. And then I'll go one on my hand, like here. I did one here for the reviewing, and I'll go perhaps one more on my joint here. That's where the blood flows. Okay, let's just go. I really love to bathe in this. Okay, so the thing is, this has few dimensions of it. The longevity, it's like really good on me, but some people are not getting more than 3 to 4 hours. I guess it's something to do with the skin chemistry, or perhaps they're wearing it in summer, or it's just I was lucky. Okay, so always take 10 opinions about longevity, projection, and smell, so you have a broader idea. If you wear this in colder weather, like in the AC room and stuff, I get good longevity, but after 1 hour, the projection goes a little bit tame, right? So it's not really as beast mode as Kuros or other powerhouses, but does really satisfy my cravings because I really love this aura around me. So if you're from 90s, if you're from 80s, you really can relate. If you're listening to yesterday, I was listening to George Michael, Modern Talking, all these old songs. Take that. Those are our time music. So if you are a fan of those era, 80s and 90s, this is such a fragrance in the bottle. So I was reading some of the comments under the Fragrantica, and I found something really interesting. Someone said, before La Nuit de l'Homme hit the market from YSL, the night out, so-called men's night out, like before the era of La Nuit de l'Homme, this was the one that started the trend. And you can actually see, if you smell them, like, I'll tell you one thing, it's crazy. If you like La Nuit de l'Homme, it's a lot more playful, more modernized, like citrus, like that cardamom, bergamot, and kind of chocolatey. This is more modern, right? So if you can think of much elder brother of it that kind of does the same thing, like, similar family, you can definitely see Opium is like a predecessor of it. So that guy who said it, I forgot his name, but definitely credit goes to him. And I really can relate. It's so nice to relate fragrances with time and memories and stuff. So I really think you should give it some time. This fragrance kind of reminds me of Declaration, Ego is by Chanel, Pour Monsieur, a few other fragrances, Givenchy, Gentleman, but not in terms of smell, in terms of how I took my sweet time to understand them, complexity of them, beauty of them over time, and I was really patient with them. So this kind of fragrance, it takes time. It will challenge your nose. Definitely, it's not for everybody. This is not for younger folks. But once you start loving perfumes, even I'll tell you one other thing. Reminds me kind of like Bhushan Jaipur. If you see the juice color, kind of classy, similar kind of vein. But that one is a more spicy oriental, more vanilla. This is less vanilla, but that fruity aspect of blackcurrant is definitely there. But you really have to go past the star anise. It smells like also Chanel Allure, Perrier M, something from that genre. So really, really, really have to give it some time and be patient with this perfume. Do not buy this to get compliments, thinking like this is one of the best, I should get it, immediately run. No, this is gonna cost you around $55 to $65 odd, so it's not cheap. YSLs are not cheap. So I would suggest if you're looking for big fragrances just for a personal enjoyment, evening time, cold weather outside, you're just wearing heavy clothing, just go two on your neck, some on your arm, and forget about it. Just go out, have some good time. After 2-3 hours, smell your arm again. Then you might fall in love with it, but it's not guaranteed. Okay, so you have to take your risk with this perfume. And I don't care if people say 10 people say I do not like 8 out of 10, I'll still love this perfume. Okay, this is a very special one, and I finally am a little bit relaxed because this was in my checklist for a very long time. So Opium is beautiful perfume. Opium Purom has a little bit old school vibe to it, but very unique. You do not have anything of this kind of attractiveness in today's perfumery. I would definitely highly recommend this. Longevity and projection, you check it on yourself, get a sample, then you see if it works on you, but it's not poor, I can guarantee you that. So overall, EDP I would try, but this is getting perfection 10 out of 10 from me. It's very, very beautiful, but it hasn't been easy deciding on this perfume. So yeah, I hope you get the idea. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for listening. I'm just very happy. I own Opium Purom now. Yes, score. Winter, please visit us soon. I'll see you soon. Have a very nice day. Bye-bye.